as I was doing the morning chores with my son, I was thinking about something that I became a little more addicted to than I thought I would be, as we've brought things onto our homestead, and that is fruit trees. I knew I wanted to grow them, but I had no idea how much I would love them. So I ended up buying 5 more fruit trees in addition to the ones we already have to sort of complete the orchard. And I'm going to show you today something that I've been doing with all the fruit trees that we have, and it is that first cut. And I learned about this cut about 6 years ago, and it really kickstarted my obsession or addiction or just really love for fruit trees in general.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done.
So we've ordered 5 more trees. We had 5 more spots in our orchard and they came today. They're bare root trees, so we're gonna soak the roots for 3 to 6 hours before planting. A couple of these are really young, which is perfect for pruning them to be really small like I want to. Our cherry tree, it's pretty big and thick, so we might not be able to prune it as small as I want to, but we'll see what I end up doing. So that's all their roots right there.
I see them. Cut all of those trees.
So let's grab the trees. That's it. So this one is the apple. I want it to be at like that tall.
The bucket's really. I've been looking at the bucket.
To dig.
Are you really sticking it in all the way?
Rowan,
Maybe stick that one in first. Stick it up here.
there's still a cherries.
I was hoping it's not.
I moved it.
Okay, so now while those are soaking, we're gonna go start to dig all the holes for all the 5 trees, and we'll get them watered in pretty good. Okay, so our orchard, we have 3 trees in each row, except for this last row. We have that one sad tree right there. And we'll put 1 here and 1 right here, and then 3 more at the very front, kind of by the fence. So we'll probably put that other cherry right here. And then I don't know what on this corner, we'll have to see. Maybe the apple. This tree, and this tree. I don't know, maybe even further over. Yeah. Not a good deepest hole.
Jennifer, you can go after. A baby. What?
See if it. This one has to soak for like 3 hours, so it's gonna be. Yeah, this one, my hole, I might want my hole to be wider than deep because look at these roots.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the apple. Yellow? I got a yellow. Okay, I guess that's fine.
Yellow apple.
Yeah, I don't remember getting that. But we have 2 like red or.
All right. How's this? Deeper?
Probably too deep now.
Too deep?
Yeah. It's gonna mound a little bit to here. So
How about width?
I think the width is okay. I mean, we might wanna, I don't know, I think it's okay.
I can go a little.
Maybe a little wider so that you can spread out these roots a little more. Okay, we got those 2 holes. Now we're gonna move on to the front of the orchard where we'll be doing 3 more trees. 10 free trees that we got from the Arbor Day. 10 trees and 2 crepe myrtles, which I guess are like a giant bush. So we've got these fruit trees in the ground. I'm gonna prune a bunch of them. I wanna prune them all. So what I've done in the past is I've pruned all of our fruit trees to start their scaffold branches, like their first branches about knee high, so that the main branches are down lower, making it easier to prune and to harvest. The thing is you only can do that with young trees, and so if the trunk is thicker than your thumb, then they might be too old for that. And the cherry tree we just got is a little bit old for that, so we might not be able to do it with that one, and it might be our one really tall tree, and maybe that'll be funny. I actually did do a big prune cut like that on our other cherry tree. It was thicker than my thumb, and it ended up not doing super well, so I'm sure it's gonna come back. It just has put it back probably 3 or so years of producing anything. So with the younger trees, I'm definitely going to just be pruning them. They're just going to look like a stick in the ground, basically. But that will be worth it in the end when those first main branches start a lot lower. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna mulch the trees first and then add some compost on top to sort of hold down the mulch. Since you guys saw when I mulched all the other trees, it just blew away. So did it rip? So that's the one tree I pruned. I did prune this cherry. I did take off about 6 inches on each one, with a bud facing outward here, so that this branch will start growing out this way. So that way it'll at least be a little bit lower, but yeah, it's a lot. It's gonna be the tallest tree, which, you know, in the end might be okay if it shades the rabbits. I'll give them these little twigs I'm pruning off to nibble on, and they'll love that. So while Nate does the heavy lifting for me and mulches these, I'm gonna go prune the rest of ours. We have 2 more peaches and a pear. So we ordered these trees from Arbor Day Foundation, and they were very, very affordable. They were younger trees, so that's why they're cheaper, but put mulch on around the tree, but not let it touch the base. And so have a little dip kind of near the base of the trunk. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done. We are gonna have extra mulch, so we'll probably just put more mulch on the rest of these trees. And I might just spray it down and maybe that'll help keep it down. I don't know. Lovely little sticks. So what do you guys think? I've been going back and forth with what to do at the base of the orchard. We have thought, you know, wood chips, maybe putting wood chips down all along the orchard, or I thought about maybe putting like a pasture mix just to do something, because otherwise it just gets overrun with weeds that I'm trying to do. I do plan on planting in between each trees like I did last year, some squash plants. So I'll just put them along the drip line. I think we'll do that this year again. It just needs, I don't know, I could just leave it bare and we could just do weeds, but the only issue is with the mulch is if we do that, it might blow away, or when we have monsoon season, it might just wash away in the flooding that we get. Last year, this whole area flooded, and it was a river going down into our ditch. And had we had mulch, it probably would have just washed away. So that's our conundrum. We could just leave it, keep the desert vibe going. Okay, we got all of the trees mulched. I sprayed down the mulch so it will stay on for a little bit longer. That's just going to be our solution from now. This hose is very leaky. So while I have the hose going though, I'm going to water this little rabbit pasture area we've got. We are going to put, speaking of what to put on the ground, we're going to put gravel along here. It's going to go all the way, like a big gravel path, all the way back to the garden so we can drive a vehicle back here. And we'll put gravel along by the rabbits and the chickens so that in the winter when it gets so muddy, we can just walk back here without plywood everywhere. So the rabbit pasture is kind of coming up. It's a little patchy. I will attach from this hose, this drip system, watering system to the pasture, so whenever I do the trees, that will also just get watered, so then I won't have to hand do it. But for now, until I get that set up, I will just be hand watering. I do need to hook up water systems to the new trees we just added. So my timer just went off for watering the trees and the grapes. I got that all set up. I've been trying to take things really slow, coming back from baby, just doing small little tasks like making sure watering systems are okay. Nate has been awesome. He's been tackling a lot of things for me, getting things done. There is one section of our property that I've dedicated as the berry patch, and it has been very neglected the whole time we've been here. Basically, I ordered the plants. The second we moved in, I threw them in the ground, and they haven't been trellised or weeded a whole lot. So, and it shows. So that's kind of our hope, to clean that up, tidy it up, get some trellising for the berries, like the blackberries and raspberries, because they need that support. But today we're trying to at least trellis one of the rows, the blackberry row. That's coming along.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty deep. How long have you been doing that?
10 minutes probably.
10 minutes. So this is our blackberry row. We're gonna put a post on each end and hopefully get them off the ground. We're trying to figure out how wide to make the wood things. Not that wide. I'm thinking not very wide at all. Like, okay, so I'm thinking not super wide coming off the sides.
Like as wide as the row? Like
Maybe,
coming to the...
yeah, because yeah, I kind of want to just create like a little box inside the wires where they can lean up against either side. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good.
How wide do you think that is? Measuring tape?
I don't have...
Maybe let's get one and then we can, and maybe have two of them and maybe have them be the same length. In other news, we weeded another strawberry row right here. And so once we weed this row and this row's my girls did it, some of it. But the alfalfa is nasty, you guys. It's taking over. That's pretty much all that's in this row. We've got that green alfalfa field just across from us, you can see. And it just blows alfalfa over here. You know, if we wanted to grow an alfalfa field, it'd be pretty easy.
48 inches?
I'm
2 feet on each side?
Uh,
Is that too wide?
I feel like that's even too wide. I'm just trying to decide, like, physics. Is that the right thing? Like, if it's really wide and it leans too far out, that'll create more weight.
Yes.
So then more narrow would be
It's gonna
the
be
safer
easier.
job. Probably 36 inches. Does that seem like...
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, I'm gonna need your help.
Oh, yeah, otherwise it'd be really good.
Can you drive it in there? No.
We got the trellis done. We did end up putting some T-posts along the center because it's 50 feet of berries, and I don't think that two just wooden posts will be able to hold up the weight of a ton of blackberries. So we got that done. we finished weeding the strawberries, so I'm gonna pick up the weeds and then I'm gonna attach the blackberries and then we're gonna head over and water our new trees. We got those finished planting as well. Just a few little chores this morning. I need to water a few things around the pastures, property. Got my sidekick here. So let's do this. Gonna come help pick it up? Before I dumped these weeds, we went ahead and put a bunch in for all the rabbits. For the rabbits to nibble on. Did you give every rabbit some? Looks like they're loving it.
Black ones already got a ton.
They're having their feast. Yep, you can put that big one in there with them. Just that little weed.
They already got like a ton of it.
Yeah, they'll eat it. You can put some more in here too.
Hanging around the other guys got a ton of alfalfa already. So they can't have any more. Just the grass.
Another fun surprise on this nice warm morning as we woke up to 7 more kit rabbits being born, and they are all warm and healthy. So that's always a fun thing to wake up to.